Holy crap, I feel like Michael Jackson doing that dancing move against the wind. Ah! The Lake St. Clair Fishing Report is brought to you by Rose Marine. What's up, everybody? Justin here. Just got back from Wisconsin. Had a little business trip, and I'm getting at it, and I'm showing you guys how the ice is doing, and holy crap, is it windy today. Oh, it is warm. It's just that wind. So it is a west wind, so as we go around, we're going to see if there's any problem areas that have popped up. So let's get rolling. Hey, did you get the notification about my last video? If you didn't, be sure you click down below, hit that red subscribe button, and ding that notification bell so you get notified every time I post a video. So up here at the raft, there is absolutely tons of ice. Guys are out here fishing. Right here at the ramp for the raft, they do have some water sitting on top of the ice. I see a spear hole that has a block that has legit 12 to 14 inches of ice in that block that's right off the ramp here. So if that's how the whole bay is, easy going, plenty of ice, shouldn't be any major problem areas until you get out further out into the lake where it's not as well protected. These are fogging up on me. So that is the raft. Let's head down around to the Fairhaven boat launch next. So over here at the Fairhaven boat launch, as you can see, ice as far as you can see. But if you're gonna bring machines, you need to be cautious. Don't run super tight to the shore because of the runoff and the warm up. There is some weak areas, some gas pockets that have gotten activated along the north shore here going down towards Anchor Bay. And then out a lot further, you do have some very variable ice thicknesses, and some machines have gone through. So you do need to be cautious if you're gonna run a machine. Fishing wise, guys, you gotta work, you gotta move, you gotta hunt. Once you find them, you can have a really good day, but we are in that midwinter fishing where fishing just gets tough for everything. So that's it for this. Let's head down a little further south. We'll hit up the next spot. I almost forgot. Happy free fishing weekend to everybody. And if you don't have a fishing license, you can go fishing this weekend. If you don't have a state parks pass, go enjoy a state park. Take the family out, enjoy the Michigan weather this weekend for the Michigan Free Fishing Weekend. I am out here at New Baltimore. There is nobody out here fishing, and I think I know why, and that's because things got a little sketchy out here. Back off behind me here, there is a pocket of open water straight out, probably, I don't know, a half mile, 3/4 mile out. And then over on the point, I don't know if you might be able to see it, open water. So anything outside of this little bay is gonna be dangerous to be out on right now because of the current and the way we opened up a little bit on that last warm up. We do have some problem areas that have formed over here off the Mary Burke Park here in New Baltimore. Over here at Brandenburg, there is one shanty on the other side of the fishing pier from the boat launch here, and there is a very distinctive heave line north and south of the boat ramp here. There's actually a really cool object. I don't know if that's ice or a boat or something blew off of someone's property to the south there. I'm not sure what that is, but if you could see on the GoPro, you'd be able to see what I'm able to see with my eyes. But there is some pockets of open water out here, again, in that 3/4 to 1 mile area. So if you're gonna come over here and fish Brandenburg, I would be very conscious when you're out here, or cognitive, is that the word? I don't know. I'm trying to think of a word and I can't think of what the word is. But be cautious when you're working out past these pier heads, basically, these longer docks. Use that as your line, but bring a spud with you. There are going to be thin areas. There are going to be gas pockets that have gotten activated with this freeze-thaw cycle that we did have. So you do have to use your head and be cautious everywhere you go. Quite honestly, I wouldn't bring a machine at all out here this weekend. Personally, just because it's easy pulling, it's smooth ice surface for the most part. It's really, unless you're making a mile or two walk, there's no need for the machine right now. But I know guys are catching fish up here, a lot like up by Fairhaven in the Raft. You have to hunt, you have to search a little bit. It's been a lot smaller fish through this stretch all year. That's why I really haven't gotten a ton of information from guys, just because the fishing hasn't been great. But yeah, just another access point. Time to head to the next one. One more announcement for you guys this week. This weekend is the start of the Cobo boat show. So if you're in the market for a boat, head on up to Cobo Center in downtown Detroit and check that out. It's going on from February 16th all the way to February 24th, I believe. So you basically have 2 weekends and some weekdays in there. If you're looking for a Lund, a Ranger, or an Avalon boat, go check out the Rose Marine booth. They'll be there in full force with lots of boats for you guys to climb on and check out. Tell Bill Rose Sr., Jr., and all the sales guys at Rose Marine that I sent you. Over here at the Salford boat ramp, there is a lot of spearing holes that have been marked. Thank you to the guys that have been doing that. If you haven't been doing that, do it, because you're going to save some guys from machines that might take a nosedive into a hole, or a kid that might fall through. But overall, there's guys out here on Salford. I heard they're getting all the way down to the barracks. They're out on Cotton Road. The guys have found some active gas pockets in the area, so use caution if you're going to fish up here by Salford. And it's a running theme in this report. They are catching fish. They are having to sort. They are having to hunt out these bigger fish. So that's going to be the deal for perch out here, back in the canals in the area here. They have been catching bluegill. They are taking home some meals of bluegill. So there is that as an option for you as well here in the Salford Cotton Road area. So over at the Harley Ensign boat launch, as you can see from the clips, Anchor Bay has some open water fingers heading out into the outer part of the bay. I know guys have not been venturing out there, so it's not going to immediately affect the areas that guys fish. But what will happen eventually is that it's going to start letting the shore ice have some room and have some room to move. So something bad could happen there in the proper conditions. And I don't think it's going to be this weekend. It could be a week, could be 3 weeks, could be 4 weeks from now. But just something to keep in the back of your mind when you're out there fishing Anchor Bay. Over here on the Candles Bay side, as you can see, lots of open water all the way down to the point at Metro. I even can see a freighter out in the center. So yes, freighters are still running on the Great Lakes. I'm not sure if you guys knew that, but they are. The cutters have been out. They've been keeping that center line of the lake open. So we do have room for things to move right now. And these freeze and thaw cycles that we've been having have been causing some damage to that lake ice that helps lock in that near shore ice for longer. So keep that in the back of your mind for fishing the main lake areas that we do have some movement out in the middle. So over here at the day sale, guys are out. I just saw a snowmobile come in. You do have the Coast Guard out here patrolling the pressure crack area. So we might have started to have it open up on the outside of the pressure crack here. And they're just out here monitoring it. I don't think anybody is in trouble, but they are making a bunch of passes back and forth. And there is an airboat that's out here probably a mile, 2 miles, 3 miles out. I don't know if it's the Coast Guard one or not. It looks like the Coast Guard's airboat. in a totally different area than where the Coast Guard's flying overhead right now at the moment. But it looks like they're just out there playing with their airboat, and they decided to launch here at Metro. Not sure how I feel about that, quite honestly. I would really, really appreciate the Coast Guard that when they're out just kind of running their equipment, that maybe they launch in an area that guys are not actively using for fishing, because the weight of their airboat could cause damage and then cause a hazard to the guys that are fishing in the area. Now, if there's a rescue situation or a big chunk of ice goes out, not a problem. I understand. Go ahead and do what you guys got to do to get your job done and make sure anglers out here are safe. But when there's not a rescue situation going on, I don't like seeing them launching where guys are fishing when there's perfectly good areas where they can launch and not affect fishing areas potentially. But just something that I think about, I worry about. I voiced my opinion to the Coast Guard on that. And so up here over at Beacons Cove, we're on the south side of Lance Cruz Bay, and like I thought, the Coast Guard was up. They were checking the pressure crack as it was opening up, but it's way out there from here. So out past the heaves that are out in front of Beacons, we do have some open water. There's a line that kind of goes out towards the St. Clair light rough direction. There is a guy, you might be able to see it, way out on the edge of the ridge. There is a shanty on the other side of the spillway mouth where it is open. The spillway is totally wide open, guys, so that area could be really sketchy out in front of there. And I did hear that maybe a machine might have went through earlier in the week. Cannot confirm or deny that. As you can see, got a gentleman walking around the point here at Beacons. He may be going into Beacons, he may be going out to the Willows. But yeah, so guys are making their way out here. I got a machine out in front of the condos right now. So plenty of guys out here fishing. The fishing over in this area has been a little bit better, but you got to do a lot more traveling to find these fish. So that's going to do it for this week's ice report, guys. Do want to thank you for tuning in, and as always, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please click down below, hit that red button, ding that notification bell, and you'll be notified every time I post a video. Now, if you used to get notifications and you stopped, make sure that bell is done, because occasionally YouTube likes to turn it off. I don't know why, I hate it, but hey, thank you, thank you, thank you, and as always, tight lines, happy casting, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. It helps me, it helps the channel, it helps everyone that likes to catch fish.